Skinamarink is a horror film I didn't know much about before going into it. It was directed by Kyle Edward Ball, a Canadian YouTube content creator who made the channel Bite-Sized Nightmares back in 2015, where he takes submissions of people's nightmares and creates a video trying to recreate what people have described. The channel isn't very big by any means, but it was enough for him to make his first feature film, Skinamarink, with a budget of 15,000 Canadian dollars. Skinamarink seems to be based on this half-hour long short film called Heck, where it features a lot of the same elements found in the feature film. The film would then go on to premiere at 2022 Fantasia Film Festival, where a copy of the film ended up getting leaked online, which spurred a lot of viral interest in this movie through TikTok and Reddit. After seeing this in theaters, I can confidently say that I've never experienced a film like this before. The cinematography is very purposefully obscure and filtered in these very dreamlike visuals. It evokes the feeling you get when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're barely able to see anything through the darkness. There are multiple shots of dark hallways where you're unsure if you're actually seeing something in the shadows or if your eyes are simply playing tricks on you, again cementing the idea that this is a nightmare from a child's perspective. You very rarely see characters directly in this film, and a lot of the actions they perform take place off screen. This sort of helps to create a bridge between the audience and the film that makes it feel like you're in the house experiencing what's happening. Another unique aspect to this film is the sound design. There's very little dialogue, and what you hear from the other characters is normally so distorted that they include subtitles. Most of the audio is either static or distant cartoon sounds from an old television, creating a creepy and distorted atmosphere that helps make it feel more nightmarish. There are also moments of silence in the film that are only accompanied by static, faint shuffling, or characters breathing. As far as being a film overall, I think that this movie is quite visceral. I had almost no issue with being immersed in this film, and found myself reeling back with anticipation and anxiety from what was going to happen, so much so that I ended up getting a sore neck from how far back I was trying to lean. This is not really a character movie or a movie with a traditional narrative structure. This is a film where the appeal is more so the experience and immersion of the environment and how it's portrayed. So people going into it expecting something like Paranormal Activity or The Conjuring will be pretty disappointed. As far as pacing goes, there were many moments that I found the film pretty repetitive. There are a lot of shots that are similar to each other, and it can feel as though the film might be padding itself out for time, but I didn't feel that way for most of it, so thankfully those moments of impatience were pretty few and far between. This is also a film in which your perception of it can be affected just by the environment you watch it in. I recommend watching this film in the dark, during the night, at home, with no one else around. I'm glad I was able to watch this in a theater setting, but I was more or less annoyed by the other moviegoers when it came to trying to immerse myself in the experience, whether it was because someone was coughing or because some brain-dead fucking moron was using their cell phone scrolling through Facebook. Despite the criticisms, I really do have to say that I enjoyed it. It's experimental, it's unique, it creates an environment that I don't think I've ever had with a film before, and I'm excited to watch this in a unique, more immersive setting. It's nightmarish, it's imaginative, it's different, and I'm glad that films like this are getting more exposure. 8 out of 10.